Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone of Roel. Peace and blessings, salutations to the whole elect of Israel. All right. This lesson I'm going to get into because, as men of the Lord, which Lord willing are part of the elect, we have to be repetitive. All right. We have to keep bringing out these prophecies and wake up the elect. Okay, so this is going to be about the two marks, the mark of the beast and then the mark in Ezekiel chapter 9. All right, because they're two completely different things. This mark that I'm about to read about in Revelation 13 first is a physical mark. Okay, and it's not an embargo, it's not Christianity, it's not any of that nonsense, man. It's the RFID or NFC microchip implant. All right. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. Or I'll start at 16, actually. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So literally receive it in their hand or in their forehead. Okay? Which really, it can be implanted anywhere. Okay? But typically when you see people get it, it's between their thumb and their index finger. Or their pointer finger. Alright? And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Alright, so if you don't get this RFID chip, you will be an outcast. Okay, you won't be able to buy or sell anything. You won't be able to be in society, which by then hell might have broke loose by then, which is why they enforced the chip. All right. But if you do take that chip, which if you're an Israelite, I'm telling you, I'm warning you not to take it. Okay, but this is what happens if you do. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, so everybody could hear him, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right, who is the Lamb? Yahweh Shai. All right. So now let's read about if you don't take it. Well, if you're put in a scenario where they're telling you got to take it, and they got you doing whatever they're doing to you, or just got you, tied down or something. If they, give the option, either you take this chip or you die, you take death. Okay? This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. Okay, so that basically what it's saying is you'll be a martyr. All right, you'll die for the cause, the righteous cause. Right, because if you look it up, the apostles, in the New Testament, they all basically got killed, man. They all basically got killed for this truth. Okay? Well, except Apostle John, because he ended up writing the book of Revelations. You see? But I'm pretty sure they still attempted to kill him though. But they failed, which is why they exiled him to Patmos. So they did try to kill him. Alright, so anyways, well, I guess I can get that scripture. Go into this a little bit. This is Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. Alright, so that's our job, man. We got to lay down our life for this truth, if that's what it comes to. Okay, which, yes, is a lot easier said than done, but we have to remain faithful. I'll get that too. And then we'll move on to the next mark. Revelation chapter 2 verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Okay, so that's our job. We got to be faithful unto death. And beyond that, really. Okay, now let's go to Ezekiel chapter 9. This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men, Slakia, that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Okay, now what is this? This is the spiritual mark that will be set on the elect. Just like during the Passover, how we had to put lamb blood on our doorpost to protect us. That's the same thing spiritually that the elect will have, all right, except on them. Okay, so because this mark is exemption from judgment. Okay, so let's go a little bit more into this. This is 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 5. And spare not the old world, but save Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly. And delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, for that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment, to be punished. Okay? So there you go. So that's the mark. You know, these are examples of what would happen if you had the mark. You'll be delivered. Okay? You'll be delivered out of destruction. Alright? Because the elect are actually going to be picked up by what the world calls, so-called UFOs, which are really the chariots of the Most High, of Yahweh Shemal Shai. Alright? Matthew chapter 24 verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Okay? Which, Lord willing, that we're part of the elect and get delivered. But we just got to remain faithful. Okay? So, this was a quick lesson. Just putting this out there so people know that not to take that chip, because day by day you can see that they're beginning to push it out more and more, man. They're beginning to really, but what they do is gradualism. They gradually get people used to that ideology of scanning something, specifically, even something like in their hand or a credit card, scanning it instead of swiping it, scanning something on their phone. They're setting up their stores and businesses to fit that chip, and you can clearly see it. Like McDonald's firing cashiers to put kiosks in. All right, that's a perfect example. So with that said, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakudash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and Royal. Peace and blessings, salutations to the whole elect of Israel. All right, keep pushing. All right, don't take that chip. Shalom.